Hello viewers, মই সৰঞ্জমি হিমজয় আপোনাৰ সবকে Nltv Goodmorning Nagaland তে স্বাগত কৰি আছে। আজি লগা তিন লগা শুৰুৱাটো একটা বাইবেল স্ক্ৰিপ্টৰ পৰা কৰিব। You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my laying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Psalms number 139 verse 1 to 3. Idula verse pramikan gi kwado. You have searched me, Lord. Isobra mi ke bisarise aru dai muge bishi phal bra jane. Tai moi kita buhe aru moi kita uthe tai sob jane aru moi ki bhabi thake tai dur bra jane. Dai moila moi kita khomai aru kita moi uthe tai sob family ase aru dai la nazar do hotai din moila opor de ase. Idula verse la matlab to itu ase. Iti amikan aji laga thought of the day sai sabo. God knows you completely and loves you endlessly. You are wonderfully made and never out of his sight. Isor amike Paul bra jane aro tai muge bishi morom kure because tai bra muge khas kuri kina banala ase aro dai laga nazar do hotai din muila opor de thake. Itu laga thought of the day aji laga do itu ase. Viewers kan iti amikan aji laga chorus huni sabo. Viewers kan itiamikan ajilaga poem huni sawo Jundu Jesus the nice shepherd idido Jacqueline Bradley khalaga kisi.
Jesus the Nice Shepherd, written by Jacqueline K. Hesley. Jesus the Nice Shepherd. Jesus was a shepherd, a nice one, slim and tall. He loved the sheep so much, he loved them one and all. The sheep began to know him, spending time grazing the hills. Soon they knew his voice and followed as he willed. The sheep began to grow, stronger and lovelier every day. They became good friends with their shepherd right away. They loved the nice shepherd who led them in pastures green and always gave them water. Never once was he mean. One by one they followed this nice shepherd as he led, and they loved him as a father, trusting him as they were fed.
Itiamikan ajilaga healthy tips sai sabo Jundu jackfruit laga opor de ise itu laga benefit ke ise aro itu khaile ki ase itu la sai sabo.
Jackfruit, known as the largest three-pronged fruit, is native to South and Southeast Asia. It is widely enjoyed for its sweet taste, unique texture, and high nutritional value. While it is packed with health benefits, jackfruit also has some disadvantages that should be considered when consuming it in large amounts. Health benefits of eating jackfruit. Rich in nutrients, jackfruit is a good source of vitamin A, C, and several B-complex vitamins. It also contains important minerals like potassium, magnesium, and iron, which support overall health. High in antioxidants. The antioxidants in jackfruit help protect the body from oxidative stress and reduce inflammation. This may lower the risk of chronic diseases such as heart disease and cancer. Supports digestion. Jackfruit is rich in dietary fiber, which helps promote smooth digestion and prevents constipation. Fiber also supports a healthy gut. Boost immunity. With a high amount of vitamin C, jackfruit strengthens the immune system and helps the body fight infections. Good for heart health. The potassium in jackfruit helps regulate blood pressure and maintain heart health. Its fiber content also helps reduce cholesterol levels. Helps in energy production. Jackfruit provides natural sugars like fructose and sucrose, which offer a quick boost of energy without harming the body when consumed in moderation. May aid in blood sugar control. Some studies suggest that jackfruit has a low glycemic index and may help control blood sugar levels, especially when eaten as part of a balanced diet. Disadvantages of eating jackfruit: allergic reactions. Some people may be allergic to jackfruit, especially those with birch pollen or latex allergies. Symptoms may include itching, swelling, or difficulty breathing. May interact with medication. Jackfruit may interfere with certain medications, especially for people with blood clotting or diabetes issues. It's important to consult a doctor if you are on medication. High in carbohydrates. Though it provides energy, jackfruit is also high in natural sugars and carbs. Overconsumption may raise blood sugar levels, especially in diabetic individuals. Not suitable for all digestive systems. In some cases, the high fiber content may cause bloating or gas in people with sensitive digestive systems. Jackfruit is a nutritious and delicious food with many health benefits, ranging from improving immunity to supporting heart and digestive health. However, like all fruits, it should be eaten in moderation. People with specific health conditions or allergies should consult a doctor before including it in their regular diet. A balanced approach ensures that you enjoy the advantages of jackfruit while avoiding its potential drawbacks. Jackfruit, known as the largest tree-borne fruit, is native to South and Southeast Asia. It is widely enjoyed for its sweet taste, unique texture, and high nutritional value. While it is packed with health benefits, jackfruit also has some disadvantages that should be considered when consuming it in large amounts.
Valley of Flowers.
Viewers kan hodai din NLTV brab nikhan ge dunia de sundur sundur jaga takya kan ge dikhai kina ahi ase Indonesia ajibi Uttarakhand de Valley of Flowers la opore jankari dibo.
Spread of Valley of Flowers, Uttarakhand. With a stunning backdrop of the mighty Himalayan ranges, the Valley of Flowers National Park presents an ethereal view and an unforgettable experience for visitors. Spread over an area of 87 square kilometers in the Chamoli district, the Valley of Flowers National Park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and forms one of the two core zones, the other being the Nanda Devi National Park of the Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve. The valley is believed to have been discovered in 1931 when three British mountaineers led by Frank S. Smith lost their way and chanced upon this spectacular valley. Attracted by the beauty of this place, they named it the Valley of Flowers. As the name suggests, Valley of Flowers is a destination where nature blooms in full glory, offering a breathtaking experience. Exotic flowers, over 600 species like orchids, poppies, primulas, marigold, daisies, and anemones are an eye-catching spectacle. Subalpine forests, birch, and rhododendron cover parts of the park's area. The trek to the valley offers eye-catching spectacles like cascading waterfalls and wild streams. Situated at an altitude of around 3,600 meters above the sea level, the valley is also home to such rare and amazing wildlife species like the grey langur, the flying squirrel, the Himalayan weasel, black bear, the red fox, the line butterfly, and the snow leopard. The Valley of Flowers trek is one of the most well-known treks in India. Trekkers from around the world visit the valley, especially during monsoon when wildflowers of every color burst into blooms. Some of these flowers are so rare you won't see them growing like this anywhere else in the world. The valley deserves much more credit than just for its flowers. Even without the blooms, the valley is pure magic. It is nestled deep between tall mountains with the Pushpavati river flowing right through it. The trail winds along the river, leading you to a stunning viewpoint of a glacier at the far end. You can dip your feet in icy streams and just soak in the silence. In monsoon, you see bursts of colors at every step, and the flowers look perfectly manicured. However, the Valley of Flowers trek isn't without its challenges. The climb to the Valley of Flowers are steep. The trek days are long and require good stamina. But if you come prepared, it's unforgettable. Trekking to the Valley of Flowers is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to witness a natural wonder the whole world dreams of experiencing. How the world came to know about the Valley of Flowers. The story of how this trek was discovered is as fascinating as the valley itself. In 1931, legendary British mountaineer Frank Smith and his team were returning from an expedition to Mount Comet when they lost their way. They wandered into a hidden valley fed by the Pushpavati river. What they found left them spellbound, an endless stretch of vibrant wildflowers blooming in every direction. Smith was so taken by the sight that he named it the Valley of Flowers in his book, forever putting this magical place on the map. In 1980, the valley was declared the Valley of Flowers National Park. Later, in 2002, it gained recognition as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Ever since then, the name has spread far and wide. Today, the trek is known globally and features in the bucket list of trekkers from all parts of the world. The best time to visit the Valley of Flowers is during the monsoon months, from July to early September. This is when the valley is in full bloom, with thousands of colorful alpine flowers carpeting the landscape. The heavy rains during this period nourish the flora, creating a breathtaking mosaic of flowers against the backdrop of towering mountains. Valley of Flowers trek best time. June to October, valley remains open. Mid-July to mid-August, peak bloom season. Late September, flowers start to wither. Beyond its floral wonders, the Flower Valley National Park in India is a sanctuary for various wildlife. This flowering valley is a refuge for species such as the Asiatic black bear, snow leopard, and blue sheep. The park's unique ecosystem supports diverse bird life, including Himalayan monarch pheasants and golden eagles, aiding to its ecological significance. The Valley of Flowers, Chamoli, features undulating meadows, snow-capped peaks, and gurgling streams that create an ethereal landscape. Often referred to as the Phulo Ki Ghati, Uttarakhand, the valley's topography offers a blend of alpine meadows and forested slopes that change dramatically with the seasons, ensuring each visit reveals new facets of its beauty. Near the Valley of Flowers, Hemkund Sahib is a revered Sikh pilgrimage site, drawing thousands of devotees yearly. The proximity of this glacial lake, surrounded by 7 snow-clad peaks, adds a spiritual dimension to the Valley of Flowers Hemkund Sahib trek. Valley of Flowers and Hemkund Sahib combine both natural beauty and sacred reverence. Trek the Himalayas Valley of Flowers, which is steeped in mythological tales. It is believed to be the place where Hanuman gathered the Sanjivani herb to save Lakshmana in the Ramayana. The locals hold the valley in great spiritual significance, considering it as a sacred and magical land. Such tales contribute to its mystical aura, making the Valley of Flowers trek a place of wonder and intrigue. The Valley of Flowers National Park has inspired many writers, painters, and nature enthusiasts. Its vivid beauty has been immortalized in several books and travel journals, establishing it as a destination for those seeking solace and creativity, inspiration amidst nature's bounty. As a UNESCO Heritage Site, the Valley of Flowers National Park in India enforces strict conservation measures to minimize human impact. However, climate change, tourism, and deforestation pose significant threats to its delicate ecosystem. Sustainable trekking and eco-friendly practices are encouraged to preserve its beauty. Valley of Flowers, Uttarakhand. With a stunning backdrop of the mighty Himalayan ranges, the Valley of Flowers National Park presents an ethereal view and an unforgettable experience for visitors.
Viewers kan adia apni kan sundur jaga tikhi bado Valley of Flowers ase jundu Uttarakhand Chamoli district te locate ase itia Redford kan Redford ke apni kan ki dikhai do.
The Red Fort, an enduring monument of India's legacy. Amid the bustling streets of Old Delhi stands an imposing and elegant structure trapped in history, the Red Fort or Lal Killa. Its massive crimson walls rise high against the skyline, silently witnessing centuries of triumphs, defeats, and the relentless march of time. Today, the Red Fort is not only an architectural gem, but also an enduring symbol of India's sovereignty and spirit. When was it built and who built it? The Red Fort story begins in the early 17th century during the reign of the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. Having already gifted the world the Taj Mahal, Shah Jahan sought to build an equally magnificent fortress in Delhi to serve as the capital of his empire. In 1638, he commissioned the construction of a grand fort in Shahjahanabad, now known as Old Delhi. The fort was completed a decade later in 1648. It became the main seat of the Mughal Empire, replacing Agra as the imperial capital. The master architect Ustad Ahmad Lahori, who was designed the Taj Mahal, is believed to have played a key role in its design. Shah Jahan envisioned the fort as not just a military stronghold, but also as a statement of artistic, cultural, and imperial magnificence. Significance of the Red Fort. For nearly 200 years, the Red Fort was the primary residence of the Mughal emperors. It served as the center of political power, culture, and the art in the empire. Within its walls, emperors held court, entertained ambassadors, and oversaw the administration of one of the richest empires in the world. In modern times, the Red Fort has acquired profound national significance. Every year on India's Independence Day, that is August 15, the Prime Minister of India hoists the national flag from its ramparts and addresses the nation, a tradition that began when Jawaharlal Nehru gave the first independence to Red Fort, an enduring monument of India's legacy. Amid the bustling streets of Old Delhi stands an imposing and elegant structure trapped in history, the Red Fort or Lal Killa. Its massive crimson walls rise high against the skyline, silently witnessing centuries of triumphs, defeats, and the relentless march of time. Today, the Red Fort is not only an architectural gem, but also an enduring symbol of India's sovereignty and spirit. When was it built and who built it? The Red Fort story begins in the early 17th century during the reign of the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. Having already gifted the world the Taj Mahal, Shah Jahan sought to build an equally magnificent fortress in Delhi to serve as the capital of his empire. In 1638, he commissioned the construction of a grand fort in Shahjahanabad, now known as Old Delhi. The fort was completed a decade later in 1648. It became the main seat of the Mughal Empire, replacing Agra as the imperial capital. The master architect Ustad Ahmad Lahori, who was
Viewers kan itia Nagaland bidor ajilaka weather updates to apni kan kitchen do. Baron maximum 26 degrees Celsius to minimum 21 degrees Celsius. Dimapur maximum 27 degrees Celsius to minimum 23 degrees Celsius. Kohima maximum 22 degrees Celsius to minimum 19 degrees Celsius. Peg maximum 18 degrees Celsius to minimum 16 degrees Celsius. Woka maximum 22 degrees Celsius to minimum 20 degrees Celsius. Zinoboto maximum 21 degrees Celsius to minimum 18 degrees Celsius. Gifri maximum 24 degrees Celsius to minimum 20 degrees Celsius. Mogokchung maximum 24 degrees Celsius to minimum 19 degrees Celsius. Jinsang maximum 19 degrees Celsius to minimum 16 degrees Celsius. Mon maximum 24 degrees Celsius to minimum 21 degrees Celsius. Longland maximum 22 degrees Celsius to minimum 19 degrees Celsius. Noklak maximum 19 degrees Celsius to minimum 16 degrees Celsius. Itu dakishi Good Morning Nagaland laga khobor aro updates kan do inikan news aro updates kan sai thegule apni kan sai thegibe Nltv.